Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're taking a look at the G-Frame Gouf Custom. So in the last video we took a look at the full armor Gundam. Be sure to go back and check that out in case you missed it. But today we're taking a look at the next in the G-Frame Volume 7 lineup here. This is number 20 in the line in total, the Gouf Custom. So we've got them actually backwards. There you go. There we go. This is the 20A, which is the armor set and just the static, basically almost completely fixed pose frame there. And then the frame box, which is the movable inner frame, as well as the heat sword, the Gatling gun, and the other gun there for his hand, other Gatling, the machine gun. I forget exactly what that's called there. But you've got this awesome set of weapons for it, and the movable frame, which is going to be very, very important to get the full effect of this. Now, I love the Gouf Custom, and this looks like a really cool version of that. I like the proportions and the look of this, especially when you get that movable frame in there and you're able to pose it up. It looks pretty awesome. So we'll take a look at this in full. But as we're taking a look around the outside of the box here, just again, a big thank you to USA Gundam Store for their support. If you guys want to check out some G-Frame stuff for yourself, click the link down in the video description to USA Gundam Store. They've got some stuff there. They don't have Volume 7 yet, but if you want to ensure that they are still able to continue to get them from Bluefin distribution, then make sure you're checking those out, picking some up, and then that way Bluefin knows to keep importing them from Bandai in Japan so that we can get them at different stores around in the US. So it all looks pretty cool. Again, on the side of the box here, we just have a look at the other kits from the line. Well, one of them is actually covered by this sticker here, so let me just get rid of that. Anyway, it's just showing that number 19 was the full armor Gundam, which we looked at. The 20 is the Gouf Custom here, and then 21 is the Gundam 04. So we'll be taking a look at that one maybe sometime in the future. For now, let's just start here with the Gouf. Taking a look at the armor set first. So again, this is all the armor that you need for the mobile suit, and then the frame, but it's just not really going to be able to do very much. That said, if you really don't want it to do a whole lot, if you just want just the Gouf Custom just kind of by itself, without its weapons, just standing on your desk, looking cool, then you can do that. With this one, you don't need the full set with the frame set here as well. But anyway, once again, the instructions are there on the inside of the box, but you really don't particularly need them. As you can see, it's just basically a handful of parts. You just have to plug everything in, and that's pretty much it. So let me get it built up and we'll see how it looks. All right, so here he is all put together, and the hands, I gotta say, look pretty goofy. Just the giant outstretched or just like open hands like that. They're not really looking too great. So definitely looking forward to getting the closed fists on here that are included with the frame set. But for the time being, I mean, it does look still pretty cool despite the goofy giant black hands. Like with the Sazabi, it has a pretty sizable gap here between the leg and the foot. So I mean, depending on your pose, once that's kind of posed up, maybe you're not going to notice that. But with this, without the frame, without the movable frame here, just in its fixed pose, you can't really do a whole lot about that. As for the seam lines, as you can see, very notable one there down the front of the shin, but I think it's kind of not really a whole lot that you can do with that. I think that's meant to look like it's supposed to be a panel line there. On the upper arms and thighs, nothing, because once again, the back of that is hollow. It's just missing that because that part just slides onto the frame. As for the forearms though, that's two parts sandwiched together. So once again, it looks like they're trying to hide the seam basically as a panel line there, or a separation of those panels, an intentional one anyway. But so I don't know if I'm really going to bother too much with that, but definitely going to bother trying to remove the seam line here on the shoulders. So you can see you got a seam line, of course, through the shoulder pauldrons here on the top. So gonna do some work to get rid of those, but otherwise it looks pretty nice. I wanted to pop up the head to see if you can open up the top and move the mono eye, but you actually don't have to. It has a little switch on the underside, kind of like the Zaku, the Origin kits. Kind of a little bit hard to get to, but you can move that off to the side, and you can move the mono eye, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty cool to be included in there, and you have that really nice metallic pre-painting there, a metallic red there for the mono eye for that, so it looks pretty good. But yeah, those hands are pretty horrible, and I think this will look a lot better once it's a little bit more armed up. So let's go ahead and check out the other box then, the frame box. So let's get this opened up. Once again, instructions there on the inside if you need, but it's basically pulling all the armor off of this fixed pose frame and then putting them onto this movable frame, and then you have the addition of the weapons there, of course. So let me get them put together and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so yeah, once again, looks so much better with that articulated frame in there, and then of course the giant Gatling gun shield is so iconic and awesome. It's such an awesome weapon, and these things are a lot of fun to pose. And I should mention that you too have a 3mm peg hole there on the bottom, but it's a little bit larger actually So it might not be actually 3 millimeters, it might be a 3.5. So putting it up on a standard action base, you'll find that it's actually a little bit loose and can turn on there. This one's a little bit tighter. The full armor Gundam though was really loosey-goosey. This one is maybe a little bit better, but still it's not the tightest grip on there. So if you want to put it up on an action base, maybe put a little bit of paint or glue or something on the peg of the action base first, and then stick the kit on there a little bit later once that's all dried up. But yeah, the weapon on this looks awesome. The sword is removable, so you can take that out and hold this over here in the other hand. Another thing, I'm noticing that the joints feel pretty solid on this. It's not having any trouble, even though this part is a little bit heavy, it's not having any trouble holding that up at all. So you don't really have to worry too much about the weight issues, I think, with this kit, so that's nice. Overall, I think the Gouf Custom here is looking awesome. It's another one that definitely looks so much better with the articulated frame in there. Of course, it's still got bits like the hollow spaces back here, and it's just not like an HGUC kit, it's not like a master grade kit. It's a very simple candy toy kit, but I think for what it is, I think these look great. The details on them are really cool. The proportions, again, are pretty nice. Just with just the armor set by itself in just the static standing pose, not really the best looking, especially those hands, but now that you've got the hands like actually holding on to weapons, are not as noticeable. So I think the Gouf Custom here is an awesome addition to the line. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you have any other questions, of course, other things that I missed, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below there as well. I think these will look really nice painted up and panel lined, stick some waterside decals on and everything. They're gonna look pretty awesome. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.